Hello everyone, my name is Ellis Owens. I go by Clark Kent 434, and today I'm going to um, be going over something very exciting. I saw that the PC got the important patch update that everyone's been looking for, and I was kind of excited about that. And then as I was scurrying around, just wondering, what they've got on the PC. Because typically on the PC, if they get the patch update, they get more accurate code data. They can pull it directly. They can take that patch directly and open it up, and they can say, okay, what was in that patch? What happened? What guns were changed? What guns weren't changed? Like they mentioned, the Gold Magnum had a reduced rate of fire in the recent patch. It went down from 63 down to 60. And so did the SRR. I haven't got the exact number on that. They're still figuring out. And I've been, looking over some of that stuff, and I'm like, okay, I know that they've been changing some stuff in there, and it's always good for that. But one thing they noted that all the naval strike weapons have been unlocked, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I was really excited. I mean, I was wonderfully excited when I found that out. And so I started looking around. Did anyone have been trying and unlocking these weapons? And I found someone on YouTube that has these weapons unlocked. And so I watched this video, and I was like, oh my goodness, I was so shocked when I watched it. And the video is down below. You guys can watch it. You get to see all the weapons unlocked. And you get to see the assault rifle, the AR-160, the AWS, the LMG, the new sniper rifle, the revolver, and it's amazing. I really shocked. So I watched them, I looked at them, I wrote some notes down, and so I kept on doing some more research today, trying to figure out. And the guys over at Simtech, they unlocked the weapons as well. And they also got some preliminary stats. Now, I'm not going to really go over the stats, but I'm going to take some key notes about the stats and talk about them. Things that will compare them to other weapons. So you guys kind of get a feel for them, unless you've unlocked them yet, and kind of know what to expect. So let's talk about first the AR-160. So the AR-160 is a new assault rifle. Best compared is the CZ-805. If you're familiar with the CZ-805 assault rifle, it's basically its twin. It has the same rate of fire, same standard damage, a lot of same stats. Now, where it starts to kind of change is its reload. It's got a faster reload. The animation for the reload is very similar to the Scar H. Kind of weird. I think DICE got lazy for that. The AR-160 is actually a Beretta weapon. But the recoil pattern, that's where it gets kind of funky. The recoil pattern on that weapon is the same as a Scar H. What? A Scar H? Yeah, the Scar H basically has the second highest vertical recoil of any other gun in the game. So why would a gun have basically the second highest vertical recoil in the game, but basically have standard AR damage? It doesn't have that heavy hitter damage I've talked about in my weapons review of 34. No, it has a standard 25 damage, but have, a quick reload. It makes no sense. It's, in some sense, it's better than the CZ-805 because of quicker reload, but in other sense, because of the crazy high recoil, it's not. It's just, it's going to be very hard to put, I think, definitely a heavy barrel on it. It definitely has a good muzzle velocity. It's 650, but it's really hard because the gun is really messed up. I mean, it is really messed up. And it just looks like they just copy and paste a lot of things from the Scar H, the reload, the recoil, and they just said, well, we'll just kind of leave it like that and make a slow rate of fire and make a rate of fire of 700 and just leave it like that. But let's make it standard assault rifle damage. So I don't know about this gun. It's just really bizarre. I don't really care for it. I don't think it's going to appease a lot of people. I don't think it's going to go over well. People are going to try it. They're going to probably try it pick up the CZ805, I'm like, this is a better gun. Or they're going to pick up the Scar H, and I'm like, this is the same gun, but it just hits harder. So yeah, I don't think that one's going to float too well. The next one I'm going to talk about is the AWS. Now the AWS is very interesting. It has a lot of, it was supposed to be kind of, you know, something similar to the MG4 249, and it does. It has a very low recoil, a very low upward recoil, and very low side-to-side recoil. It's very, very low. The overall of the gun is basically standard for most LMGs. You know, the aim down sights and stuff. It's 0.3 and stuff like that. Some of the stuff that where it starts to change is it's not a standard belt fed magazine. It's 2 drums. It's basically the MG36 that has from Battlefield 3. It's returned, and that's what the AWS is. Yep. The spread on this one is a 0.85, which is very interesting because a 0.85 is actually on par with, let me think, the Ultimax, the U100. So this thing's got wonderful spread. The damage on this is very unusual. It's got AR damage. It's not LMG damage. So that's kind of a little bit different. LMGs actually have a little bit farther damage. The range, I think, goes out to 75 meters, where the maximum range, the minimum damage drops off to. ARs are like ARs are 55. So this is damage actually is a little bit shorter. Rate of fire is 780 actually tested, even though it says in the stats 800. Dice lying again. Other than that, reload times, I was looking at this, are like a 3.5. Magazine is 99. It's not 100. Actually, this probably is a number error. But other than that, you look at it, it's basically AR rounds using instead of LMG rounds, which means slightly less damage over range. Like I said, you know, stopping at 55 instead of 75. It doesn't have that extra suppression like all the other LMGs does. All the other LMGs do, because it's using probably AR, and it's, you know, it's got a magazine fed, which is pretty cool. But you know, other than that, it looks like to be a really, really good gun. You know, if the gun had the LMG bullet type like it was supposed to, and Dice fix it, this gun would probably be freaking amazing. I mean, come on, it has a 3.5 reload with bullets left in the chamber, and a 4.8 empty, and that is like one of the best. And it's the highest magazine fed of all. It has 99. Well, it should be 100, but it's 99. Besides the damage, I mean, I was looking it up, comparing it to the MG4 and the other the SAW, the 249. Really, it's the only thing difference is the rate of fire, the suppression, and the damage model. Other than that, this gun looks wicked. I mean, it is absolutely wicked. The spread of this gun and the low recoil, this gun is going to be a nail driver. It's just going to be so pinpoint accurate. Yeah, the rate of fire is 780. It's not 800 like the MG4 or the 249, but it's got such a low recoil. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to take a vertical grip or a ergo and put a laser sight and heavy barrel, because I mean, it's got such a low recoil, and they're going to be hip firing with this because, I mean, you can reload real fast, for one. 2, you got plenty of ammo, and 3, with it having such a small spread, it's going to have great hip fire. I mean, and finally we're going to have something like, you could say, like a MTAR LMG. I mean, that's what it looks like this is going to turn out. So yeah, and I'm okay with this having a slightly less damage over range, using AR instead of LMG bullets. And suppression, suppression's kind of flaky in my opinion. So this looks like to be a really solid gun. The MG36 kind of returning. So next one we're going to talk about is the SR33. Now this is kind of weird. This gun is, it is the new sniper rifle that is a DMR. Yeah, I know. it is, you can use it with any category. As you see in the video, you'll see the guy using it on assault class, so that means it isn't a DMR class, but it is an assault rifle. So the thing has some weird it has interesting damage model. Damage model is 50 to 38. That means up close it's a 2-shot kill technically. Rate of fire is 150. It's probably one of the slowest. Has a very small magazine, around 10. Other than that, what I was told, the hip fire and the ADS are kind of spreads seem to be a little bit buggy. It's kind of weird. Also, you cannot put any grips on this. No bipods, no ergo grips, no angle grips, no nothing. Nothing. It's like a sniper rifle. But the one of the benefits you can put is higher opticals. You can put, you know, you can go higher than your 4x scope because it's like a sniper rifle. But it's in the PDW. It's in the DMR. It's definitely a sniper rifle, but with, you know, in the DMR class. But with a low rate of fire, it's more of a precision thing. Of all. So this will be kind of interesting. I'm kind of curious to see how this plays out. Yeah, I don't think it will be real popular because of low rate of fire. I mean, but you can't spam it that real fast. But, you know, it is what it is. The next thing is the revolver. The revolver really is very powerful. It's not real accurate. And it feels very much like the BF4 Rex. It's basically a faster version of the current Rex. That's basically, if you look at it, it's just a faster version of the Rex. All the stats are the same as the Rex, it just fires faster. Going to the Engineer, the SR2. The SR2 is very similar to the MP7. Some people compare it to the PP2000, kind of like a PP2000 and an AS Val Cross. It is somewhat because of the low recoil patterns, but because of the high rate of fire of 900, it's more like a PP2000 and MP7 actually kind of mix. It can be inaccurate, but it's very good with tap firing. It's got a great damage model. It's just got slow bullet velocity. So that's something to note as well. We're going to talk about the AA mines, and I'm going to talk about the new grenade launcher. The AA mines are... they have a they do a damage about 150. So what that means, they do about 30% damage on scout, attack, and jet helicopters, and 20 damage on transports. The mine won't fire if the target is moving slow. That is something that that was noted. But other than that, it has a tracking array of 1,000 meters. It has a pretty large radius. It does pretty much damage. A lot of people are saying a mine with a Stinger is pretty much OP. Stinger does about 45 damage on most scout, attack, and jet helicopters, but these will do about 30, so they're about 15% less damage. And last but not least, I'm going to talk about the 3GL, which is the new grenade launcher for the assault class. This thing is kind of interesting. It's based on the Metal Storm idea. If you're not familiar with Metal Storm, it's where the magnetically charged bullets to fire. The new grenade launcher basically has 3 grenades in one tube. When you pull the trigger, all 3 grenades at once fire. The grenades basically do impact damage of around 25, and they do a blast radius of about 15. So it's a combined damage of basically 35 with each grenade. And in impact, compared this to the 40 millimeter, they're going to basically do about the same amount of damage. It just depends on whether you want probably a little bit more splash compared to, or you want a little, because they'll do a little bit more splash because you're firing 3 compared to 1 single hard-hitting impact grenade. And that's what I figured when these were going to come out. So you start with obviously you get 2 magazines, and each magazine has 3 grenades, and that's how it works. But other than that, it's not too. That's how the new 3GLs work. They basically, you fire all 3 grenades at once. They're electric triggered. So that's basically how the new weapons work. I'll put the stats link down below. You guys can kind of look at them. You can compare them. I'm really excited for this. I knew the new DLC is going to be coming out, and I'm really looking forward to all this. Also, the link of the guy's YouTube, if you guys want to see the new weapons and stuff, are down below as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. As soon as I get the weapons and hopefully the stats will be out, I'll review them and give you my impressions. And hope everyone has a good day.